All right, we're just about to start with a group of online coaches, and they're going to be running into the spouse objection. And so we're going to be practicing how to overcome the spouse objection, specifically with affect labeling. So this is going to be a lot of fun. This group of coaches are high-level online coaches, and we're going to have an opportunity to role play, join in, and feel free to click the button below or ask SOS so you can come in for a free session. Let's play. All right, welcome. Welcome, everyone. It's time for your SOS Dojo session. Let's go. Fire it up. We're dealing with the spouse objection, which is typically something that people freak out about, and there's no need to freak out, my friends. Let's start off with some wins of the week. Anthony, what's up, my brother? I sent you an email this morning. I had been away for a week, essentially off grid. So thank you so much for your patience. What's a win for you, buddy?
For me, I'm training a new staff. I let go of my two setters. They weren't performing to the level I wanted to perform at. So I'm now restructuring my team. So this month for me, financial wise, is going to be a little bit less good. Less good, bad English.
Yeah.
It's not being as good. But I'm restructuring things now, so the next few months are going to be even better. So yeah, man, building things. I'm happy with how things are going.
Good. Love to hear it. All right, more people are jumping in, which is great. There's Cesar. I have not seen him in a long time. Wolfcamp, I'll get you to unmute. What's a win?
I just got off the bike. Sorry.
Hey, no sweat, Ruben. What's up? Is that your win that you got off the bike?
No, I finished the marathon this time. It was a big win for me this week.
Congratulations. That's great. Well done. And what was your time?
2:52.
Good for you, man. Yeah, that's like getting it under 3 hours. That's insanity. Good for you. Veronica, what's a win, young lady?
I decided on making my contract for Dubai longer.
Okay. Good for you. Congratulations. Hey, where are you right now, Veronica? Because I'm seeing something in the background that it looks like it just the way that it says 0% fat, but that can't be what it means. Is it? Zero fat?
Yeah, it is. The restaurant is called Zero Fat.
There is so much content that you could go with that one on. That could be a lot of fun. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. Katie, what's up, young lady? Talk to me about a win.
I sold 2-year-long contracts this week so far.
Congratulations. I love it.
I know I sold the fireman group too because we've already been talking in the DMs quite a bit.
Atta girl. Yeah.
I'm hoping a group of at least 4. I really would love 5 to 6.
Of course.
That could be another $8,000 contract for that group, and that's just a pilot. So
yeah. Pilot projects are great. If everybody here takes a page out of Katie's book, the interesting thing about pilot projects on the B2B side instead of B2C is you can leverage your time, you can get paid more, and you can charge a greater number, and you can get more done in less time. Yeah. So like there's a huge, think about what we're doing here. Imagine getting a whole group of people on one call as opposed to doing multiple calls. It's a great way to move ahead. Yeah.
Anthony, so I'm working with a group of firemen. So originally I tried to get the entire department on, but the government, obviously, as you know, as here in the States, doesn't quite cover that. So the department couldn't cover it. So now different members of the department are coming together to pay for it on their own. So I was doing a group training. A training group, so it's just a pilot of firemen who are trying this program out.
And so if this is something that you guys want to work on in the future in terms of a pitch deck, what to be able to, because this is one thing, Katie, I took a look at your pitch deck, and just in terms of, unfortunately, the schedule for myself to be able to take the time to do it when I'm not here, because I've got my own business to run and I've got my team of people and everything else. It's just a question of being able to get the bandwidth. However, if we were to do something like that here next month, for example, it's like, hey, what would you put together, let alone your pitch deck for an individual? What would your pitch deck look like if you were putting it together for a business-to-business aspect of what you guys do? You just let me know if that's something you guys really want to jump in on. Happy to help you out, because the opportunity for you guys to put together a group coaching which is what Katie's done, you can literally 10x your price, and you cut your time by 90%. I mean, guys, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I really wish that the fire department would cover it. And they said that they would look into it for next year, but it's a whole year from now. So if I can get this group as a success group, it could be for other first responders or that kind of thing.
Katie, I'll share with you a true story, okay? Absolute true story. There's a company in Canada called Popeye's Nutritional Supplements. They're called Popeye Supplements, okay? They have 12 locations in my home province of Manitoba. I did a pilot project with them for 9 months. Increased their revenue by $2.3 million in 9 months. Now I've got 130 Popeye supplements in the dojo. And here's the fun part. Today, I'm actually hopping on 2 of the pods that we have with these groups, and I'm allowing my black belt team to lead the group. So I'm not even coaching them anymore. The company that you own, you can have your own team coaching you see where I'm going with this?
I could have one of the firemen do it.
So you get to a point where you coach somebody up within your team. Like, this is literally the business plan for the SOS Dojo that started 5 years ago. I used to be an army of one. Everybody here starts off as an army of one. That's by the way, the book that's going to be coming out early next year is How to Be an Army of One in Sales, right? We all start off that way. The goal is to then, who can I train within my squad to become the next leader so that you can do what you need to do to be able to grow your celebrity, grow your following, and allow the business to run on its own. There's nothing wrong, by the way, to be able to choose to say, hey, listen, I want to be an army of one. That's all I want to do. And I want to have a nice, small, high ticket business. It's great. You can do that. And you're going to be able to use the same principles that we are going to teach here for you guys at 7-Figure Scaling Systems to be able to do that. If you truly want to scale, then and work less to make more, then the next step is, who can you in your world help lift up so that they've earned the right to be able to be so good as a level of mastery where they teach it to others. Because that's how you become masterful at anything. You get so good at it that you teach it to others. And that's exactly how martial arts works. It just so happens that's the model that we use in the SOS Dojo. So everybody that's a black belt in my group, they all started off as white belts, as students, as clients, and now they're team members, and most of them are part-time. Totally fine with me. So, opportunities for you guys. Yeah. There's a question here in the chat. Anyone, and this is from Ruben, anyone experienced with setting up a pitch deck to reach out to similar companies like fire department? Yeah, right here.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And there's ways to be able to do that. And Ruben, you can ask Katie to be able to take a look at hers. And there's room for improvement for all of us.
Is mine good?
Yeah, yours is great foundationally speaking. There's things that I would remove. And there's things that, again, your pitch deck is just there for you to use as a guide to make sure that you don't forget anything. What makes a pitch deck really impressive, Katie, is not the deck itself. It's the conversation. So what you don't want to have is so much writing on your pitch deck, because a lot of people I don't want to forget this, I don't want to forget that. What makes a pitch deck really good is the dialogue that you have with the people that you're presenting to. We call it a pitch deck. It's a presentation deck. It's your offer of value deck. It's your offer of benefits. Does that make sense? So yeah.
And I usually kind of say that I do send my pitch deck to the client, to them afterwards, just to kind of, so they can digest it. But so I usually say that in the beginning, right before I go through whatever I'm going to go through, because then
sure,
they have a conversation, they don't have to read it. I
mean, oftentimes people will ask, I've done speaking engagements with people and they say, hey, you know what, can I get your pitch deck? Sure. Nothing will compare with when you get to a certain slide to be able to go, so Katie, and ask a what-based question. And you already know the answers to the questions. Like, for example, you could ask, and again, I'm going by memory and I don't know the exact numbers, but it would be something like, what is the percentage of injuries that happen non-fire related? You know the answer because that's part of your pitch deck. And so they likely, even though they're the experts in their space, they may very well not know. And you go, well, the answer is this. And this is where you add the emotion to it. It's like, shockingly, it's this. And then you go, what would be something that you could do to be able to lower that number so that people are healthier and they perform better when it's a time of crisis? Well, the answer is Katie Silverman, right? Like, it's do this program. So it's not the what you have to offer in your pitch deck that matters. It's the questions that you ask to get them to think that what you're presenting in that dialogue. So what questions can you add that get people to do what? Talk, answer questions. You already have your outline in your deck. The deck is just something that you follow along. It's what you add in between. And when you add something in between that gets them talking, and if they don't have the answers, then guess what? You've already got them. So you're already giving them benefits in advance. Or it's what we call RIA, results in advance. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Anthony, then Freya. Anthony, go ahead.
Hey, buddy, I do quite a lot of, I'm glad you brought this up, so thank you, Katie, and thanks, Joe, for suggesting this. I do quite a lot of motivational speaking to different companies and stuff. And, I get paid to go in, do a talk, and that's it. Now I have a product to sell. I want to make it more. I want to sell whilst I'm doing my talking. You mentioned this part of things really good. I've got to do a talk with a company based in Chicago. It's actually in January, but they were a London office, a Chicago office, and a Melbourne office. And I mentioned about doing them individually for each one. I'd like to kind of like go back with them with something like, cool, I can do the talk. How about this? How about we do the talk, and then also I can work with X, Y, and Z, and basically do what you guys have said. How can I pitch that, present that? I don't know how. I haven't got my head around it fully yet to know exactly what I want. Basically, just coach for people. Coach their people. They pay for it because people.
Of course.
The group coaching thing. But how can I pitch that?
So again, tell me a little bit about the company real quick.
The company, it's an insurance company. It's an insurance company. It's got a big insurance company.
Perfect.
Decent money.
Yeah.
A Chicago office, London office, and a Melbourne office.
Yep. Okay. So they're an insurance company, and let's face it. I mean, sound body, sound mind, sound business. So what are some of the statistics that you could put together that would help them? Again, you've got to ask questions within your pitch deck. What are statistics that you could put together that would prove that having somebody who's healthier and higher energy would help their sales?
Yeah.
For example, Anthony, if you know, how important is it for you to know that someone who takes care of themselves will also be able to take care of you?
Extremely important.
So let's use it. Let's use an example, because you could tell a story. And recently, again, I'll share a story with you with a group of realtors that I did a workshop with, and now I have some of these realtors as clients. Imagine that you're going to visit a home, and the realtor that you're with, she's 260 pounds, and she's having a hard time getting into the home, let alone there's a flight of stairs, and she says, you can go up there because those stairs are too difficult for me. What's the message that she's sending, unfortunately, based on the way that she takes care of herself? What's the message?
That she doesn't take care of herself. She doesn't take care of the house or a job.
And so it's the same thing. You can use the same thing in the world of insurance. If somebody who you're having a conversation with doesn't take care of themselves, what is the subconscious mind saying to itself about how they can take care of you? And that's the question that you can ask them. You're not, and if an insurance company is going to say, well, hey, we've got to be very politically correct and be careful, it's like, you're not suggesting anything other than the fact that the company itself is going to take care of its employees so that its employees can take care of clients long term. And
100%.
Right?
After this what-based question, the question, thank you so much, that's great. Question was, they've asked me, we had a chat last week, they've asked me for my price. Now, rather than go back and say, hey, my price for an hour is this, I want to go back with my price is this, or how about we do this? Now, I can do the one-off talk, that's easy, that's no problem, right? But ultimately, if I'm coming talking about my story, resilience, overcoming stuff, fitness, how about now we go one step further and say, hey, you're 10 best guys, work with me and I'll get you great results. How do I respond with something my way?
Before you this is great, Anthony. Before you just send out a response and send, get on a call with them. There's literally your energy will never be like if you type it out or thumb it out. You can send a video message. The truth of the matter is, this is a call. This is a sales call. This is an opportunity to get on a buying conversation with someone. So the intention needs to be, can you get on a call with this person? Yes, you can. Book the call, get it, and then put together options. And so the option close is, here's the original package that we talked about, and we can do this or this, maximum of 3 options. So based on everything that you've set up, which package would you think be the best for you? And then you do that on the conversation. Now, here's the thing. The B2B side of business, you guys, is no different than I need to speak to my spouse. Businesses will always, a business will always have layers to have to get to the person who's the decision maker or the person who signs the check. That's okay. You're still going to have to, and this is going to segue into what we're going to be discussing today. I need to speak to someone else. Somebody's going to make a decision, and it's not the person that you're actually speaking to, unless you are actually talking to somebody in accounts payables, receivables, or you're speaking to the purchasing agent, or you're speaking to HR. Does that make sense, Anthony?
Makes perfect sense. Thank you, mate.
Yeah. And guys, like I'll give you an example. My win of the week is that I just started with Aon Insurance yesterday. I met with Aon by fluke in a restaurant. I got introduced to someone. Long story short, in fact, it was a little over a year ago. I came back from Dubai from speaking at Charlie's event in last November, and then I had somebody see me at a steakhouse and they said, Joe Marcoux, I just saw that you were in Dubai. My VP is sitting right over there. I'm in this really nice steakhouse. I was going to go to a NHL hockey game that night with a buddy of mine. And she goes, would you like to meet him? I'm sitting there with my buddy Chris. I said, yeah. I said, Chris, give me a minute. I went and spoke to the guy, got down on one knee as he's sitting at the table, because you don't stand like, right? You get down at their level. There wasn't a chair available. Like there's the whole bunch of body language things that were going on there. 5 minutes, have a conversation. The next day we have an email. The following week we have a phone call. Within a couple of months, I'm speaking at an event for them locally. I've wined and dined this guy a few times since. Yesterday was the start of a pilot project. Aon has 50,000 employees globally, you guys. Like this pilot project, yeah, great. Making money on it, no problem. It ends in June. This is the long play. Like, so B2B business, when you're making sales like Katie is doing, for example, or what like Anthony is talking about, it's not as transactional as somebody booking a call or hopping up on Instagram and having a conversation. You've really got to play it. The difference though, it's about the long play. Thank you, Katie. The real play though is that, guys, when you land a contract like that, it will change the face of your business, because now you're able to, like yesterday on the Aon call, we had about 16 people on the call. And I mean, there's a per person rate, and the fun part with Aon is it's similar to this. I get to come in, drop gold, help people, and it's work less, get paid more. Anthony, I'm teaching them sales. And they already have a sales department. The interesting thing is that even the biggest companies, like, they don't have health departments. They have human resources. They don't have people for you guys. They don't have people giving them, the perfect day formula to be able to, for example, how to go to bed. Like literally, people, these professional salespeople literally don't have a reverse alarm, how to be able to make sure they get optimal sleep. They don't have a nutrition plan. They eat out a lot because they wine and dine people, and then they got to exercise. Like the top performers, this is what's interesting. The top performers that I've personally interviewed at Aon, and I talked about fitness as well, let alone sales. And the top performers are actually regular habitual exercise goers, and they follow a nutrition plan. That's like 3 to 5%. The rest of them are struggling in sales. So companies like Anthony that he's talking about, their sales will benefit when their fitness improves. 100%.
Yeah, the guy I spoke to, the guys and girls in charge, they're always in shape. They're always in shape. Rarely do you see someone like head a big like division and they look like a bag of shit.
That's right.
In shape, right? Because they take care of themselves and they take care of the team.
Well, so it leads to how you do anything is how you do everything. And so if you guys can step into companies or fire departments, police departments, I mean, like it just goes on and on. There's so many opportunities for what you do and on a B2B level because they don't have they don't know. People just don't know. So even on the individual level, you guys can, again, help people on Instagram. Think about where LinkedIn is going at, or just knocking on doors locally, and which is what Katie did. And that's exactly, Popeyes reached out to me locally. Now I've got them nationally. Aon, same thing. Locally, it will be national. There's no question. Yeah. Freya.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me all okay?
Can hear you. Fantastic.
Fabulous. My question is, I think a few weeks ago you mentioned about, because I said that I had like a lot of people that were kind of not time wasters, but maybe slightly, as in at the end of the call they'd be like, oh, I only budgeted £50 a month, or I was wasting my time. So I added in that just for fun form that you mentioned, which was working. It has been working really well. But then, like the past week, I've noticed that everyone I've sent it to picks like the cheapest option. So they pick £50.
Right.
But then I'm like, are they just picking £50 because it's the cheapest option, and they think, oh, I'd rather pay 50 than 100, 200, or because then I think if I got them on a call and they saw the value, then maybe they would pay 200. But I've just been selling my low ticket program in the DMs when they put 50 quid. But now I've got like loads of people on this low ticket program that I don't really want on a low ticket program.
Right. Yeah. Anthony beat me to the punch. Take away the £50 option.
Oh yeah, that's a good shout. I was thinking about that, but then would I just have like my actual price as the lowest option? No. What you would do is great question. So what you do is you could still have radio buttons and you can disqualify people, or you can say, you start your lowest price at the lowest price that you want to offer. If it's anything below it, then you just go, okay, well, this isn't the right fit for you. And if they just don't fill in the form, or they I just leave them. You can put other. You can put other, right? Other amount, and have them fill it. And then if it's not a fit for you, then it's not a fit. We're not going to be able to sell 100% of the people 100% of the time, right? Yeah, I just feel like when I send them the form, like some people don't really know what's all involved, because they don't need to know. Never to say the price in the DMs. They don't need to know everything that's involved. What they need to know is that you can help them, and that what you need to figure out before you send them the form is how big of a problem that they currently have. If it's a big enough problem, people will pay. When the desire is high, people buy. So if it's just an irritation, like, oh, I've got a mosquito bite. It's like, yeah, okay, but if you go, well, this is a mosquito bite, but the thing is the mosquito had West Nile. It's not just a mosquito bite anymore. Now we got a problem. Now we got a big. So the question becomes, what questions are you asking to bring up the fact that it's a big enough problem for them to pay for it? And then I've got the just go and I'm seeing it in the chat, you guys. I will answer that. Go ahead, Freya. in the DMs, like somebody this morning, she came off a boosted post, and we were in the convo flow, and she said, yeah, I need to do this, like I need to be a good role model for my kids, get in shape for a wedding, blah, 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 blah. Book her on a call, get her to fill out the form. She doesn't fill out the form, and I say, is everything okay? And then she goes, your program's too expensive. So, and I'm just like, well, I thought I created urgency, so like, it's just
how often does that, so Freya, how often, this is the thing, you've just said that over the last week, you've run into this. How many people in the last week have you really run into that this is a problem? Like, I mean, we're Wednesday, we're 4 days into the week.
Oh yeah, maybe like 5.
Yeah, I mean, is it, right? I mean, if you said out of 100, I'm running into this 50 times, we definitely have enough data to be able to say, hey, there's a problem here. I mean, to be able to just do one move at this point and remove the 50-pound option.
Okay.
Do that,
I'll do that.
And then let's reconvene next week and see what happens. It's only 7 days.
Okay.
True.
It's only 7 days. I'll keep you updated.
Yeah. I mean, we all go through this, by the way. We all have this panic that I got to make this massive change. No, you don't. You make this little change, and then it's. Freya, have you read Atomic Habits?
I have. Yes, I've read it 3 times now.
Okay, so it's 1%, right? An atomic habit is you're changing 1% of everything that you're doing. So if you made the change and it gives you a positive impact of 1% compounded, so just remove that 50-pound option. That's an atomic habit that you make the change. You keep doing what you're excellent at, and we don't need to worry here. There's no worry required here. You're doing great. Okay?
Because I'm booking a lot less sale calls the past week, and I'm like, but it'll be fine.
It not only will it be fine, this is very interesting. There's a lot of people that would say, I have a leads problem. No, you don't have a leads problem. Because you might have a wanting to work too much problem. I mean, Freya, at the end of the day, if you only booked 3 calls a week and you closed them all, right, as opposed to booking 12 calls and you only closed 3 anyways, you're just adding a shit ton of work for nothing, especially if it's the wrong kind of lead.
Yeah, it's very draining.
It is draining. So yeah. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a calendar that isn't packed. What's really important is to have the right types of leads show up. We get caught up in these vanity metrics. I'm guilty of it. Totally guilty. It's like, I don't need to have 1 million followers. Do I want 1 million followers? Of course I do. I don't need 1 million followers to make $1 million. I've never had 1 million followers. I make $1 million, you guys. It's like, it's okay. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I don't say that to impress you. It's to impress upon you that, the quality of the follower that you have, or, like there's people that I didn't have social media a few years ago. Still doing just fine. Right? It's your existing customers are the ones that you can still count on. Your organic business is where you can still count on it. So it's all good. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
You bet.
That's great.
You bet. My pleasure. All right. So I'm going into the chat because there was a question of, can I explain the just for fun? So just for fun, what you can do is when you're putting out your intake form and somebody's filling it out, it's not mandatory. It's an optional question. And you say just for fun. And so in our world, in the SOS Dojo, I like to ask people, so just for fun, what's your favorite movie or book? That's it. It has literally nothing to do with sales. What it does is it tells me a lot about that person. So Katie, if I put you on the spot right now, just for fun. And by the way, just for fun, what it also does, it just takes all the pressure off, right? Everybody starts to smirk. Like, look at Katie right now. She's like, little giggle going on. So just for fun, Katie, what's your favorite movie? And by the way, here's the, and I'll preface it right there. I'm going there because a lot of people will have a hard time with, I don't know. It's like, your answer can change after the call or tomorrow. So just right now, what comes to mind? Favorite movie, go. Just one.
6 Sense.
6 Sense? So now that, right? Bruce Willis, little kid, And instead of have you ever seen the gag where instead of saying I see dead people, he says I see fat people. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
It's awesome. There's a YouTube out there about this. So I mean, you could literally have that.
I could use that.
Of course you can. And this is the thing about Just for Fun. You hop on the call and you go, hey, so even if you don't even know the movie, you say, hey, Katie, so, before we get started, this is part of your rapport building. You go, so, because without rapport, you have nothing. People buy off who they know, who they like, and trust. The thing that you guys have to remember is like is the intangible. They already know you some way, somehow, whether it's through a referral or they've been following you. So they know you. They've gotten a sense to know you because you're this celebrity. Do they really like you? They don't really know that yet. Do they trust you? Well, they trust the fact that you've been doing this for a while and they've seen transformation. So they trust that the like factor is really going to change the way that people decide to buy from you. That's the intangible. So to help you do that, you have to start with rapport. It's all about taking aim, right? Am I aligned? AIME, AIME. Alignment, inspiration, motivation, empowerment. You have to be aligned. So Katie, you ask somebody just for fun in your intake form, they don't have to answer it. You get on the call with them and it's like, hey, I noticed that you didn't fill out this question just for fun. Like your first 90 seconds, you're just asking a just for fun question. And it could be, if you could eat at any restaurant in the world, what restaurant would you eat at? And they say, right? They say this restaurant could be a local restaurant, could be whatever. And it's like, cool. Then you get to ask them. So what is it on their menu that you like? And you just start asking questions. And it's like, hey, you know what? Just for fun. This is what's really cool. After our call, regardless of what happens, can you send me the link to that restaurant so if I'm ever in your town, I'll make a point of putting it in my favorite places? And so what you end up doing is you start developing that relationship afterwards. These are tactics that work, by the way. And it's not just a question of being like a tactic as a sale. You got to have a passion for it. So what's a just for fun question that would resonate for you? It just so happens that I love movies and books. I love to go out to eat. I love great restaurants. I love great food. So these are questions that I like to ask. What's something that would be fun that you could ask other people? Does that help you out, Katie, with the just for fun? Yeah. It literally, in my career, the just for fun, what's your favorite movie? I've literally been using that for 30 plus years in my career. It has opened up doors, not because it tells you a lot about people and just what their likes are. If you say, hey, top 5 movies of all time for you on your list and it can change tomorrow, what are they? Go. And they rattle off. And usually there isn't like 5 big variety. It's usually a theme. You'll hear somebody say Gladiator, Braveheart, The Matrix, Lord of the Rings. I mean, it's always the hero's journey story. And then you can resonate on that. Anthony.
I was going to say, Katie, I've got 3 just for fun questions at the end after the price question. So it's like, how much can you afford? When you said this, Joe, it's changed everything for me. I put the just for fun because that is relaxing after that price question. People go, and then I have what's your favourite sports team? Most of my guys are football fans, soccer fans, so like we can talk about football. What's your favourite movie? And then if you won 10 million, what's the first thing you'd buy? And what that does for me, so they're like one of them I'll know. And I've started so many sales schools. I did it literally last week. One guy said Step Brothers. So I started a sales school. Didn't even say hello to him. I did a quote, right? And he was laughing his head off from the film. And then there's a report done. Then I closed the guy probably from the first 5 seconds of the call. So the just for fun questions are so important.
This is one of the things that I know that we were supposed to be going over spouse objections today. Spouse objections be damned if you don't have rapport. So just for fun, literally since I was 18, have I been using just for fun. Like selling exercise equipment, treadmills, okay? So people were coming in, like, there's nothing fun about a treadmill, like really. Like, so it would, and I would say, you know what, just for fun, come with me. And I would get people on it. And then what I would do is I'd go, and even if these treadmills had different features and different up, down, fast, slow, press these buttons. And then I would say the same joke every time. I'm going to go see if my desk is still there and I'm going to leave you alone. And then I would literally leave. Now these people are walking on a treadmill just for fun. Think about this, because you can do this on a Zoom call. You leave people, like, right? I need to go check my finances just for fun. Go check that out, because you know you're going to do it on your phone. And I'll go and see if my desk is still there, or, right? Anthony, you know this. You just explained it. We knew this at retail like 30 plus years ago. If they're laughing, the till is ringing. If they're laughing, they're buying, right? The second that people are that comfortable because they're having fun with you, like, let's face it, would you do business with somebody that you didn't enjoy it if there wasn't enjoyment? Like, if you, Veronica, because you're sitting outside of a restaurant, I got to put you on the spot. If you can find good food where you are in Dubai at a lot of places, correct?
Yes.
Right. What makes you go to one place over another? Is it the food or is it something else?
It's convenient.
Okay, so convenience. What if the food was excellent and then and you had somewhere where you not only convenient, you had just a great experience every time? Like, what makes it a great experience? Not just convenience.
I mean, for me personally, knowing that the staff is really friendly.
So,
knowing that whenever I have a break, I can just go and leave my things there.
right. So there's all part of that experience. I mean, it's no different than, again, here I go back to my client, Popeye's Supplements. They sell supplements. Well, a lot of places sell supplements. What are they really doing? They're developing relationships where people actually want to go in and they want to have fun human interaction with people. So yeah, using AI is going to be important, but guys, AI doesn't there's to be able to have the quick-witted, fun stuff that we do as humans. That's what's going to set you apart in sales, where you can just have fun, like doing business with other people that you're having fun with. I got a good buddy of mine. He runs a $70 million exercise equipment retail business. He doesn't have to work. He's doing it because he's having fun, and he works with people that he's having fun with. And yes, he's crushing his competition. And for him, that's also a lot of fun. Again, different strokes for different folks. Yeah, just for fun. Good stuff, Katie. Bahre.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, what's up, young lady? Good to see you.
I'm sorry, my question isn't related to spouse objection or to this chat, but I thought you are having a question and answer. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Let's play.
Sorry, I don't want to take time of the chat. So I have a little challenge with the ICA that I deal with. I primarily work with women in perimenopause and menopause. And what happens is, during my initial conversations, when I do the SMART goals with them, they, not all of them obviously, but a lot of them nowadays, a lot of them really are clear that the goal is absolutely to sort out certain issues such as brain fog, tiredness, aggression, whatever, all the things that come with hormonal fluctuations, etc.
Okay.
And I do check in with them. I check in. So you sure you don't want to work on body composition, etc. as a byproduct, as a bonus, and very clear. So I've had a few of these situations, the new sign-ups, and they come into the platform. I work on a particular program with them accordingly. A month down the line, they are absolutely obsessing with the scale. And then I have to go back to them and reset goals and do a lot of mindset coaching, which is absolutely draining. Get them off the scale up to say, well, your goal wasn't that, so you're on a different program. You're not really on a weight loss program. You're on a whatever, hormone fluctuation program, whatever. So it's just becoming a thing. I think it's a trend as well on social media where women shouldn't be really obsessing with their weight. So they want to say the right things, but then they come and the goal becomes obsession on the scale in the end. They become weight loss clients in the end. So it's really frustrating. I was wondering if you have any tips with the initial goal setting sessions for me at all.
So, I mean, if they're telling you a specific thing up front, and that is abundantly clear that that is in fact their goals, then when you're going through desire, when you start asking them how things feel, you'll uncover as to whether, if you do that part right, you'll uncover as to whether their goals are in alignment with the way that they feel. If they don't, then you have to go back and really uncover what the actual goals truly are. Because a lot of people at surface goals are objective data. The decision is going to be made based on emotion and then justified with logic. So it sounds like there's something missing in your tell me, explain to me, describe to me moments of how it feels right now. There's something there that might be missing. It sounds to me like that's what's missing. And so that when you do the onboarding, if they decide to move forward with you, ultimately, Bahre, what's going to matter is that when you do the onboarding, you need to be crystal clear that it's based on what they told you. And you can literally go, this is what you said. I'm hoping that you're recording the calls and that you have a transcript and you have their goals. So based on that, if they're changing things or they need additional mindset work, you can let them know in the onboarding. And it's literally, I'm going to put this in the chat. It just starts off with, as a part of your policy, it's if. If you change your goals, if you change your reasons, we'll adjust for a fee.
Okay. I like that.
Right? I mean, it's if they change their goals and reasons or whatever, and you need to hop on calls with them for mindset work because now a new goal or a new truth has unveiled itself, no problem. There's a cost. You don't do it for free. Does that make sense?
This is exactly what's happening.
Yeah, no.
I'm happy to jump on endless calls, mindset coaching. Like, I am a holistic coach. I have a holistic
Of course.
So I do jump on calls and I do cover many different aspects. However, is when it becomes like a completely different goal.
Yeah.
From sorting out brain fog to losing 10 kg, it's just the whole thing. Like my whole plan goes, just gets, I guess, out of, I don't know, it just gets off, right? It's a lot of energy consumed, and
right?
A lot of time wasted. Yeah. Okay. So you think I need to be a little bit more like, okay? So when you say the desire, tell me, explain to me, etc. Should I be stressing on that more on the sales call or on the onboarding, or just both?
Well, at this point, when you have all the details in terms of what their goals are, right? The specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-bound goals. So they're SMART goals. And then you have found the thread of desire within that. Then all you need to do is once you confirm that and they've made the purchase and move forward with you, you can let them know at the start of the onboarding, and better yet, contractually speaking, whether you're using DocuSign or something that you're getting them to be accountable to you, you're just letting them know within the contract if there is a change of goals over because your time frame is 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. If there is a change and a requirement for an additional call, or you can say yes, we'll offer it, and then the caveat is at a cost. Because what's happening is, Bahre, you're in a position where you're such a giving person, and yet you're growing your business, is that you're running out of time in your calendar, and you're feeling frustrated and you're feeling resentful. And what's that going to do in terms of the way that you're giving to your actual paying customers versus the people that are taking up more of your valuable time? What is that going to do?
It just takes a lot of time away from the easier, clear customers.
Right.
Because they obviously they're just getting so much time.
Yeah.
The ones that they are really good and they're actually crushing it.
Right.
They are getting less of me. That's what has been happening. Yeah.
Right. And so you're feeling bad for the people, right? You're feeling a certain level of, it's an unfortunate position that you're in. You want to be able to help. And yet now it's frustrating and it upsets you because you still have to continue to do marketing and you still have to be able to serve the people that you're currently serving. So put the caveat in there. Have a simple, 1-pager document that if there's going to be a change or if there's additional mindset required, you need to get paid for your time. Ultimately, that's it.
Sure. As a just a compassionate point of view, though, because I do genuinely feel like I want to help, right?
Right.
So this woman has come to me now. She has got obsessed with her weight, and she wasn't open to me about it. She was open to herself, and I feel genuinely wanting to help. So it's a little of that as well. I just kind of fall into it a bit as well myself.
Well, it makes you it also makes you nervous because you don't want to have people that start on the program with you to have them leave or have them say, right? Then you're feeling upset.
Okay.
Right. Or you feel like you failed them.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what it
So
is.
if you set up the expectations up front, then what you'll end up doing is you set up the boundary, which, by the way, people want boundaries.
Yes.
That's your job. You're helping them stay accountable. If they change what they're looking for mid journey, no problem. Charge them for the changes. Unless, of course, you decide, hey, we can make changes along the way. That's up to you. Then you could charge a higher rate. Either way. It's up to you to decide.
Thank you so much, Joe.
Yeah, for sure. Anthony, I'm going to get to you in a second. I just saw in the chat, there's a couple of questions, and I think it was Ruben who had asked this. So I'm going back to where you were at, Ruben. You thought you just missed out on the just for fun option. No, I don't have any money, similar to I'm just doing this for fun. So yeah, if you put in a radio button where you make that I don't have any money as an option, like some people might click on that, then it's up to you as to whether or not you want to hop on a call with someone. Like if somebody legitimately tells you they don't have any money, you're not a charity. You're doing this for profit, which is absolutely fair. So if instead of hopping on a call with them, you can say, hey, you know what? You can hop into my school group and get some of the resources that are there for free. And when you're ready to have the level of coaching that we provide, feel free to rebook another call in the future. And so you can politely help them and still give them something that's free. If somebody tells you they don't have any money, there's no reason to hop on a call, because the job of sales isn't to be trying to convince people to get you squeeze out blood from a stone, which you can't. So does that make sense, Ruben?
Yeah, sure. I always just check in. Just want to make sure. Hey, I noticed you clicked on, no, I don't have money. I wanted to share with you my coaching does cost money and a commitment in personally and investment. I was just double checking, and then if they come up like, yeah, I just found it for fun, because I also signed a lot of clients who did put up that option.
So I mean, if you're signing up clients that did put in the option that they have no money, then hey, keep doing what you're doing. For most people, because quality of lead is going to lead them to lower hanging fruit and make the job. You need to sort before you sell. So sorting, somebody who says to you, and I'll ask you this, Ruben, somebody says to you, I'm willing to invest $5,000 or more, or you have somebody who says, I don't have any money, who are you going to hop on the call with?
Yeah, of course.
So sort before you sell.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I had this similar with Freya. I was like, I trimmed it down a little bit, and I just saw all my leads going down, and I was like, next week's going to be fairly quiet.
Right. So again, what's a way that you can reframe the question instead of, what's a way to reframe the options? You could say 0 to 500, 500 plus. So it's 0 to, right? Yeah. I mean, if you could also say, 50 to 500 or whatever your low, Freya, if you don't want to sell 50-pound offers anymore, you can say it's a 100 to 500. And now, okay, the bare minimum is 100. If that is something that you're open to, that's up to you to decide, because everybody on this call has different levels. Sorry, Ruben, go ahead.
Of course. would you say, because now I have the varieties per month, so it's like, are you willing to, if you get guaranteed results, what are you willing to invest in? It's like 75 to 125, and then, but it's monthly.
Right.
I try to sell my packages in paid in full for a year or 6 months. But yeah, I choose to do it because for clients, it's it looks a bit less per month, but maybe I should switch to the full package.
Well, the other thing that you can all think about is you can remove the pricing scale altogether and make it a pain point scale.
How bad do you
So,
want it?
well, it comes down to on a scale of 1 to 100, or on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. How would you rate your level of health and wellness, or health and fitness and performance? And if somebody gives, and you can do the rating of 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 plus. And if they have a big problem and they're like anywhere between 1 to 3 or 4 to 6, you can call them out like, this is a serious problem. And you can give examples of what a 1 to 3 and a 4 to 6 look like and or feel like. So it's not about money. It's about, hey, like a 4 to 6 could be, I'm overweight. I'm not happy with my body. And you can give examples of I feel statements. I'm not happy with my body. I feel lethargic. I don't feel attractive. And like they have to click off on that. One example. If it's 1 to 3, it's like I'm on death's door. My doctor says I need to do something, or I'm in big trouble. Like, these are examples. Well, suddenly then the question, Ruben, goes to, what is it worth for you to get out of that shit?
Yeah.
Hell of a lot more than 50 pounds. I can promise you that.
Perfect. Yeah, that could be smart also to test it.
Absolutely. You know who your audience is, you guys. I mean, it begs the question again, using similar, having dealt with a lot of online fitness coaches for years, and also in retail with nutrition companies like the one that I was speaking to previously. There are people that they're just, hey, I'm only going to spend this much. If you asked your audience, if you had the chance, no sweat, Katie, off she goes. If you had the chance to buy one car, you could only buy one car. I want everybody who's still here, put it in the chat. You can only buy one car for the rest of your life. You can get any car in the world. You can only buy one, and you get to buy it. You get to buy the one car for the rest of your life. What would it be? Put it in the chat. It's one car or truck, or right? Aston Martin. Thank you, Anthony. Yeah. Toyota Land Cruiser. Darren, great choice. A G-Wagon from Freya. Okay. Like, these are all beautiful cars. Keep going. Rolls. Excellent. Ruben with a CX-90. Okay. So Ruben, under the same context, you've got this one car. What kind of fuel would you put in that car? Like this is the only car you will ever have. It's the only vehicle you'll ever have. Are you going to put regular unleaded, or are you going to put premium?
Premium.
Right? So you've got one body, bro.
Yeah.
What are you going to put in it? How are you going to make this vessel that you get to live in, you'll only get one? That's the way you preface this. Like, are you sure? And people don't know how to be able to make this. This is why you guys are here. This is the reason that your raison d'être, your purpose is to help people make sure that they can perform, because it's the one car. It's this vehicle, our body. You guys are helping the rest of the planet live longer, perform better, have a great quality of life, feel attractive, attract the opposite sex, bring better alignment into relationships. I mean, it's what you guys all know. It's way more than just this physical body of getting lean and building muscle. It's way more than that. And so by prefacing it with an example of something that is a tangible thing that people dream about, the dream car, it's like, guess what? you're living in your dream vehicle, this vessel of your human body. So now what are you feeding it? How are you making it perform? Because even by the way, you guys all know this with performance vehicles, you need to drive them. You need to get out there and drive them hard so they perform better. I'm not a car guy, but I can tell you, like, you got to drive a car hard enough so that you clean out the carbs just by driving it. All right, Anthony. Hey, Ruben, does that help?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
Yeah, like the way that we tell stories like this sell people. And the fun part about these types of stories at the beginning of a conversation is that you develop rapport. Without rapport, you're going to run into a lot of objections. If people like us, they're less likely to give you an objection. So like Anthony just gave the example previously. We're just laughing on the call. We're having a great time. And we didn't even start talking about what it is that we do. And I didn't even know his goals yet. We're having a great time. People will work with you. They'll pay you because they know that that's the expectation. It's like, I like this guy or I like this girl. I want to deal with them. I'm going to work with them. Anthony, go for it.
I've got two, Joe.
Yeah.
Two great points. So yes, I think I did the right thing yesterday. We'll see if you agree. So as you know, when someone comes on a call with me, I say, at the end of the call, whether we're moving forward or not moving forwards. There's no one need to think about it. There's no one need to speak to my missus.
Okay.
So on just to preface that, on my application form, I do say, do you need to speak to your partner? If they say yes, I go, cool. Well, if it's a big decision, I'll say, well, let them know we're talking, we'll loop them in. On the call, you're going to get my best price. Okay? So on the call, I spoke to him. I said, begin the call, end of the call, whether we move forwards or not move forwards. Is that fair? Yeah, I would have told my missus if it's a big commitment. Oh, well, we'll cross the bridge when we get there. Got to the end of the call, you want to go on my bronze package. Go, let me talk to my missus. Remember, earlier beginning of the call, I said to him, like, I don't do the missus thing. Ultimately, no, she wants you to feel healthy and fit. I've done the objection thing.
Yeah.
I went, cool. She wants you to be fit. You know, he said he was like a 4 out of 10. You're going to be 10. She wants you to be a 10 out of 10. I know you can afford the price, brother. So I said, cool. Are we going to move forwards? He went, I went, well, let's do this, but let's move forwards. If you talk to her and you don't want to do it, I'll send you a refund. But at least we're going to get the ball rolling, right? Cool, we did that. We did that, mate. And woke up to message this morning, spoke to a missus, I want a refund. So I messaged him and said, hey buddy, I went, cool, well listen, we can do that. Let's jump on another call and let's go. So I'm going to talk to him about it. In that situation, what is it a case of just like getting them back on the call and saying, hey, do you still want to, maybe a delayed coaching moment, basically. That's what I'm going to do. Say if I do get him back on the call. If he doesn't, he might just say to me, no, I want a refund. I'll give him a refund. No big deal.
Yeah.
But that's basically the process. That's the way.
You are, Anthony, it's exactly the right intention and attitude to this, because we all need to remember there's going to be times where you get a courtesy hold. I like calling it a courtesy hold versus a deposit. Or there's going to be times where, again, based on total numbers, there's going to be times where people will pay you and then they get buyer's remorse. Or they end up talking to their significant other and their significant other talks them out of it, or somebody else does. So when this happens, we have to remember the moment that someone gives us a courtesy hold or they make a payment, let's congratulate them. Congratulate them for making the great call, great decision. Let's get going. If there's a spouse involved, it's challenging because sometimes the spouse is going to turn around and say, hey, listen, we can't afford that, which is BS. I mean, if it's his decision, we got to make sure that he is 100% on board. So Anthony, did you happen to ask, if this was 100% completely up to you, would you do it?
I didn't, but I can ask that. I did say to her, bring her along. I did say, just so you know, because I knew, like, his energy changed. So he said to me, he said, I felt pressured to sign up. I said, buddy, you're a grown man, you're 40 years old. It's like, I said, I don't mess around. I don't, he's being a fucking bitch. But basically, anyway, so the other one I got, Joe, the other question I have, quick one, that's great. Thank you. It's one of I was doing the right thing.
You are. And again, to go back to it, Anthony, just know, everybody, that there's going to be times where giving a refund, it'll happen. It's water off a duck's back. Just move along. Don't lose your mind on giving a refund to people, because you're better off doing it at the beginning as opposed to working with someone for 12 to 24 to 48 weeks. And then they're asking for a refund. That'll drive you nuts. better off to get it out of the way. And the real question you have to ask yourself, Anthony, is this the type of client that I want?
And the last one, mate.
Yep.
I saw a message come up now. My set is talking to her. He chased her up. She hadn't responded. We chased her up. She went, "Hi, Anthony. Did you miss this message?" She's gone straight into it. No, I just want to know how much the program's going to cost. I don't want to get spammed. I said, since we've been on this call, I love the fact you want to get straight to it. Basically, what's my message back to her? Like, I want to do the old, like, I'm not going to tell her the price, obviously, in the DMs. I just want to say to her, like, something along the lines of, if you're just going for price, then if you buy cheap, you're going to buy twice. What's my best response? I've got a message written out. I don't want to send it until you tell me what I should like. When someone asks for just they want to know the price right away, what's the response to that?
There's a couple of different ways that you can play this. And when somebody wants the price, you can say, "Hey, listen, I've got to buy room and take care." So you could go, "Hey, listen, there's a variety of different ways to play this." Number one, it's like my price will range from, and this is how we do it, will range from free to $100,000. And that's the truth.
Why do you say free? Because you have
because there's things that I can give you that cost you nothing and it's absolutely free. So now to be able to hone in on what's going to get you the best results, it's going to require me having a quick conversation with you. Are you free here or here?
Yeah.
I've got this amount of time available, and I would send a voice message, by the way, instead of, because it sounds to me like she doesn't want to get spammed. So to be able to turn around and go, in this case, it would be, "Hey, Anthony, it's Joe here. Because you don't want to get spammed, I'll get straight to the point. I can get you a whole bunch of stuff from free all the way up to $100,000. It's really going to depend on what your needs are. Happy to give you as much of value and get you results in advance at literally no cost." The best way to do this, to be able to time collapse for you, to be able to get the results that you're looking for as quickly as possible, it's just going to take a few questions to be able to ask over a short conversation, like 15 minutes. "I've got time here or here. What's best for you? Let me know." Click. If they're not willing to hop on a call, that tells you enough about them. And again, if they want free stuff, then, whether you have a school group, a Facebook group, or you've got stuff available that, hey, I can give you some free resources or guides. It's like give it away. It's fine. Yeah. If they really want to be able to get the results that they're looking for, which of course are the pillars that you typically go with, Anthony, which is the customized nutrition program, customized exercise program, and the accountability, which they can't get for free. They just can't. Then they got to hop on a call with you, and then you can develop because it's a relationship. That's the point. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you, Joe.
You got it. So guys, we didn't talk about the spouse objection today. However, we can touch upon it next week. Next week, we're actually going to be going over the 10 times 1 times 1 formula. Really digging into the pain after you know somebody's SMART goals, so that we can, and Bahre, this is going to help you for next week, because we're going to be able to literally hone in on what gets people to buy. It's desire. When desire is high, people buy. So we're going to practice desire and really digging into it, so that we can also practice future pacing pain to create urgency, and then future pacing pleasure to get people on that emotional roller coaster so that they can decide. So that's what we're going to do next week. And we can, if need be, we can tie in more Q&A and definitely go back into the spouse objection. Okay, guys, our time is up. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. See you guys next week. And that's it. It's funny that, we went into this particular session with the intention of going and getting practice repetitions for the spouse objection. This particular group, when they have lots of questions, we've got to be able to answer them. And this is some of the things that we do on a corporate level. If you have a corporate team, if you have a sales team, whether you have a sales team of 4, 5, 6 people, or you've got a sales team of 1,000, we work with you to be able to put in repetitions and answer questions so that you can get results for your sales. Comment SOS and we'll get you a session absolutely free. This way you can experience what we do and get results in advance. I'll see you in the dojo.